Hey, gun people! Man, this might be two parts. There's a lot of things going on here, mistakes by both the cops and this woman, and it's pretty interesting to me. So there might be a part two, but here's where we ended up.
Cussing at people walking down the road. That had nothing to do with you.
That's so ridiculous.
Go ahead and lock her up for me. Go ahead.
What?
You're under arrest right now.
For what?
For disorderly and
Angelo!
Okay, this is absolutely, in my book, earning the hate. Cops did a shitty job from the jump street. Welcome to another episode of Earning the Hate. So according to this, and this is posted like rich lady thinks laws don't apply to her because she donates. This woman is a little arrogant, but the cops' arrogance way outweighs. She has zero power. She's been drinking. She's not hurting anybody. And they end up taking her and the other guy to jail. I'm not sure any of her charges are going to stick. But they both, cops got their 2 arrests and justified. 6 cops standing around intimidating these 2 people who have a business, who pay taxes, who aren't out there being criminals, but they have all these cops here to arrest them. Meanwhile, there's probably crime and all kind of other shit all over the city. But this is why good people stop supporting cops. These cops, there's one cop in here that I think did a really good job. And I'll point that out. Here we go.
Tell.
You okay?
Good.
Are you okay? Got a report of domestic violence. Woman in a white dress was fighting. Great. Got to show up. Got to investigate. No problem here.
You're what?
I'm good.
Did you call 911?
No?
Okay, because someone called saying that you were getting beat up.
Ew. Who would
I
do
don't
that?
know. Were you with someone?
I'm from New York. I don't get beat up.
Okay, so this girl is cocky and arrogant and confident and probably a little bit of a pain in the ass, maybe high, whatever you want to call her, but she's not committing a crime. And just because they were arguing and somebody else called, and because the cops come here and the cops get their attitude hurt, they arrest 2 people that they should have said, look, you're kind of loud, you've been drinking, why don't you go in your hotel room so nobody can call, get Uber, whatever, but, you know, you've had a little too much to drink tonight, we don't see anything going on here, we'll all go on about our day. That's how I would have handled this. This is total bullshit what this pussy-ass sergeant did. Overweight, fat, balding sergeant wanted to be tough guy in front of his troops.
Hey, I believe you, but were you just with someone?
No?
No?
Okay, she's lying. Who cares? If I respond to a domestic dispute and there's no visible signs of injury, and I don't have either party saying that the other one hit me or hurt me, and the independent witness only says that they were arguing or getting loud, that's not domestic violence. But they're going to make it that because it's a felony. They go under protection because you can arrest for a felony, even if a felony was committed. You just have to believe a felony was committed. Now, for a misdemeanor, you have to see it. And that's where this woman and her boyfriend kind of run their mouth and think they're legally. I'm not saying these 2 are angels. I'm saying they shouldn't have been arrested. This is not enough to get government to give these guys records, put them in a nasty-ass car, book them into a nasty-ass jail, make them post, get them to where they have to hire a lawyer, do all this bullshit at taxpayer expense because we have 8 or 10 cops and they got nothing else better to do. Absolutely earning the hate for me for this department and these assholes. I know what department it is. Where is it? Maybe we'll figure it out in here.
No?
Keep driving around. She's advising this isn't her.
Ew. That's disgusting.
What?
So her aggressiveness, she put her hand up. She kind of catches herself here. She was going to say he may have raised his fist. We were arguing. I was yelling. Maybe I raised my fist. She's starting to incriminate herself. Never talk to the cops. Cops are there to get information. You can only hurt yourself by talking to them. If you're required by your state to ID, some states do, some states don't. If they tell you they suspect you of a crime and you must ID, give them your ID and shut the hell up. These 2 are in jail partly because they think they can trust the cops, because they think the cops are their friends, because they want to say, we support the cops. Well, that's because you're both dumbasses for supporting out-of-control, tyrannical cops. And all cops are moving to that way.
What?
Really? I'm just waiting for Uber to get home.
Right, well, when I'm told that someone was beating up a white female in a white dress, and you don't have any shoes on...
Do you really think...
Okay, so the cop is being reasonable here. Woman's getting beat up, white dress, white female, she doesn't have shoes on. As I contact her, I hear slurred speech. She's under the influence. I'm expecting lies. I'm expecting her probably not to be too cooperative. I'm expecting her to be kind of a smartass. I'm expecting her not to use good judgment. But as a professional, I shouldn't be just looking for excuse to be a power-hungry, big badge, pussy-ass cop and arrest somebody when there's real criminals out there that need to be arresting. These cops are pussies, and especially the sergeant, bald pussy.
I think I would put up with that.
I don't know you, but I'm here to verify with you.
Ew. No.
See, at this point, the cop is in clear saying, look, this woman's a little drunk. She doesn't have shoes on. Maybe she's involved or not. She's saying she doesn't need help. Therefore, the call that came in says she doesn't need help. I don't see any signs. Doesn't look like she was rolling on the ground full of dirt, hair messed up with bruising and bleeding. If she doesn't want help, then I move on. I make reasonable attempts to find the witness, to see if there's maybe video if I want to push it. But when there's no signs of visible injury, I'm moving on. This is a private matter between two people. People get upset. People drink. People argue. It's not for government to come in and play Captain Save-A-Ho or Captain, I've got to get somebody in jail because I'm a big, fat, lazy cop and I don't really want to arrest real criminals, so I'll pick on people who own businesses, pay taxes, and got a little drunk. You can call me a bootleg all you want and, whatever. I believe in arresting real criminals and real problems, not this bullshit.
Okay. No one's touched me. I support Dunwoody. I have a
Dunwoody. Maybe that's the agency.
business over here.
So people are kind of turned off on her that she's like, I'm Miss Money, I donate, I support. I think that's all relevant. I don't think it's relevant if she's committing a crime, but it's all relevant when you contact people. Are you a piece of shit that's been arrested 15 times and we're always dealing with you? Or are you a productive member of the community that I really don't want to waste taxpayers' money and turn somebody that supports good and decency and supports the community, I don't want to turn them against fucking the few good cops that are out there. No, not these dumbass cops. We don't give a shit. We'll burn every one of you pesky fucking citizens to the ground because we don't give a shit. We get paid. We got limited immunity. And you fuckers who think you owe us or control us or pay our salary, fuck you. We can take you to jail. That is the attitude to where good people don't give a shit about cops anymore. Me included. So before somebody come here and tells me that I'm taking her side because she's blonde and she's got big tits, that doesn't matter, people. This isn't what it's about. Taking someone to jail should be a big deal. They should really need to go to jail to protect the public, to keep the public safe. If I take somebody into custody for their protective custody, they don't go to jail. I take them to the mental health facility. They get evaluated and released. So, but taking somebody to jail should be warranted. Our government was not set up so cops could just go out there and arrest anybody that was mean to them, that said a bad word, that didn't kiss their ass, that didn't say, yes, sir, no, sir, oh, please, sir, please don't arrest. We're not supposed to be fearful of our government that they'll put us in jail if we say something that upsets them. This is a perfect case of these cops are upset. They're offended. They're offended with her attitude. They're offended with his attitude. So they're going to find a law. When you make a million laws, show me the person and I'll show you the crime. They have the right and the authority to do what they do. It's just wrong. It's not about her having big tits or blonde hair or whatever else you want to make this about. This is about our government out of control. People should not fear the government. And if you don't fear the police, well, you're an idiot.
That's a
Ew. I would never get touched from anyone.
Okay, that's fine.
After being met with resistance, the first officer went to find the other involved party.
So this officer leaves. I'll look up this police department and put it in the description for the contact.
After being met with resistance, the first officer went to find the other involved party.
Looks like Dunwoody. So I'll put the contact information if you guys want to call and either say great job because you agree with them and because you think I'm an idiot, or tell them they got some pussy ass officers and they got crime. Their budget ought to be cut in half because obviously they have too many officers when they can have 6 officers here to arrest 2 people who aren't even committing any violent acts or crime or was any threat to the community. If you got 6, 8 officers standing around and you got a dumbass sergeant that gets as big as he does eating donuts with his bald ass head wanting to be macho boy, you got a problem with your department. How about that? Somebody cut that clip out and leave it on their freaking message. Dunbury Pussy Dunwoody Police Department. All right, here we go.
Meanwhile, another officer received confirmation from a witness that the woman was involved.
Okay, so does that change anything? It does, for the fact that now I know she's lying to me. When I first contact her, she says it's not her, there's nothing going on. I suspect she's lying because she's drunk. She's a white woman wearing a white dress. What are the odds that someone else, she's barefooted? So I kind of suspected as a cop, if I'm responding to this, that she lied to me. Now that the witness says you're involved, now I know she lied to me. Does that mean I want to go back and arrest her? No, I want to go back and go, look, I contacted you. You act like I wasn't. You kind of told me it wasn't you. I've got a witness that says you guys were arguing. If you're arguing, it's not a crime. If he's hitting you, he can't do that. If you don't want to tell me he hits you, you got no visible signs. I've got no crime. We'll go on our way. But you're under the influence. You're out here barefooted. And because somebody called us, you don't want government involved in your life. You should either get in a car or go in your hotel room or stay out of a public area. Because you're going to run into some asshole, macho, bald-headed, fat sergeant who will want to arrest you because he's a pussy and that's how he gets his jollies. So if I were you, I would go in your hotel room and not be in a public area while you're intoxicated until you sober up. That's how I always get. How would you handle it, Rick? Well, sometimes I can't explain it because it's not simple. This one's pretty simple. Okay?
No, I got an independent witness advising.
No one touched me.
Okay, what's going on out here tonight?
So she said no one touched me. She didn't say we weren't arguing. This is where she should have shut up and said, look, I don't want any police involvement. I don't want your help. I was not hit. And I don't want any police involvement. I'm leaving. Then they would have probably said, you're detained. But if they detain her in a public area, now she's not hanging out being belligerent. Had they detained her and she yelled at this homeless guy in a minute, it would have been different, but she right now kind of voluntarily stayed. I don't know if she could argue that her free movement was restricted. Remember, you always want government to force the handcuffs or to tell you that you can't leave. And the only way to force that is to say, not being a dick, I got nothing to say to you, I'm leaving. No, you're not leaving. Now you're detained. Make government play that card because it gives you protection later. She never did that.
No one touched me.
I didn't ask that. I asked what's going on tonight.
Nothing.
Okay.
She said nothing. There's no reason to continue talking to her unless I'm bored, unless there's 8 cops here, unless I'm pissed off that I had to come out here and deal with your drunk ass when I was having a perfectly good glazed chocolate covered, sprinkled covered donut. And now I'm out here dealing with your dumb ass, so I'm going to take you to jail because you made me come out. That's the only reason to continue dealing with this woman.
Okay. So why are we out here and why do I got like multiple?
Why are you out here? Because you got a fucking call. That's your job. And once you determine that there's no crime, then go on about your fucking job and go correct a criminal. This really pisses me off if you can't tell that these cops are being dicks.
Reports that you had a fight with someone out here.
Seriously.
Yeah, seriously.
There's no problem.
Well, there is a problem.
See, there's a problem because you're going to make it a problem. I've been to 1,000 calls where people go, there's no problem. And I'm like, all right, whatever. If you're a dick to me and you're in a public area telling me, fuck you, get out of my face, I go, dude, you're drinking. I can arrest you for being under the influence. Don't push the issue. If there's no crime, I'll leave. But if you continue to be a dick to me, you're probably going to be a dick to other people, and then I'm going to be out here, and I don't want to come back out here. So if you can't control yourself when I'm here, then I'll arrest you because I don't want to have to come back and arrest you when I come back when you're a dick to someone else. I mean, that's how you explain it to people that, look, don't force my hand. I don't want to take you to jail. I don't want to arrest you. I want to leave. But help me leave. No cops have communication skills anymore. Their only thing is all citizens are a fucking nail, and they're a big bad hammer with a badge at the end of it.
What is the problem that was called in?
Because there's a disturbance between you and another male.
Someone doesn't want to stay at the hotel. I've got to drive home. I'm sobering up.
Okay.
Okay, so I think she said she was waiting for an Uber earlier, or she may say it later. She says she's sobering up because she wants to drive home because somebody doesn't want to stay at the hotel. Guess what? She's drunk, and the story not making sense. Gee, Ray Charles saw that shit coming. Here's a tip for all you big-ass eating freaking cops that ain't got nothing else better to do. When you deal with drunks, the odds of getting the truth and the right story is slim to none and slim left town. So don't be a pussy and get offended when it happens. Freaking crybaby cops in blue. We are a bunch of pussies.
I'm standing here to sober up, to go back home.
Being responsible, not bothering anybody. Well, Rick, she was bothering because they were fighting and somebody had to call. They were. And the cops came. And you can advise them and move on. This is a total escalation and involvement, forced involvement by government. Forced arrest by government. Forced to find a crime because they didn't have one when they got there. It's all bullshit, people. And you can call me I hate the blue and I don't back the badge and blah, 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 whatever.
Where's home at?
Home is in Brookhaven.
What difference does it make where home's at? None of your damn business.
My daughter has a 17th.
You have.
She's volunteering. Drunks volunteer information. If you hang out with a drunk long enough, they will tell you all their sins. So this hanging around shit when you really have no reason is just waiting so you can get a crime.
Have your ID with you?
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
God.
shit.
So right here is where the cop got offended. Here's where he blew it. Because she rolled her eyes and said, "Aw, shit," and you didn't say, "Yes, sir, here's my ID, thank you, sir." Guess what? Her boyfriend does that, and he still goes to jail. Watch this coming up.
That's what happens when we're intoxicated outside.
Here's where we start lecturing. Here's where we start showing you who is boss. Here's where we start exerting our big police powers because we have a gun and a badge. And you're in my fucking world, you little pesky citizen, and I can take you to jail and ruin your life. I don't care who you are. I am a tough blue line hero where all you idiots keep supporting me and I get to keep abusing you pesky citizens. This is just a perfect example of idiot cops.
And then you're sitting there telling me
Yeah,
that.
I'm not
And you're
causing
telling me
anything.
that. Well, there was a cop
She's right. She's not causing.
out here. That's the reason why I'm out here.
The cop's right. There was a cause and he is out there.
No, there wasn't.
She's lying. She's drunk. Shocking. Oh my God. Someone lied to me and I'm a police officer and I wear a uniform and you can't lie to me or I'll take you to jail. I'm special and I got all these protections and I can't be sued for anything so I can do what the fuck I want because I have a license to kill. You're lucky I just don't shoot your ass right here and get away with it. That's the way cops think. It's outrageous.
I'm actually just trying to go
I can
home.
do that too.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, just about to, you got a bunch of
It was you?
I know you need to do shit.
Oh my God. Okay, homeless.
Okay, so the girl, again, I always said I'm not taking this woman's side. She doesn't help her case. But I still stand by the fact she should not be going to jail, getting an arrest record, having a record for arrest life, fingerprinted, photographed, put in a nasty-ass cell, having to post bail, get a lawyer, all while these cops run around and go, "Hey, we did a good job. We got a stat. We got 2 arrests. We showed them we're tough cops." Screw those pesky citizens and screw their tax dollars. We get paid anyway. I am just so fed up with that attitude from cops.
All right. Go get a job.
So here was an unfortunate circumstance. This homeless guy probably walks by and talks shit to everybody. He walks by and says something. She focuses her anger. Why? Raise your hand if you know the answer. Because she's drunk and she's not thinking clearly, what drunks do, And she kind of lashes out this guy. She doesn't threaten him. She says a few words. She doesn't commit a crime. This guy says, oh, you're cussing at people walking by. It's bullshit. Whatever. People cuss at people all the time. Cops, you call the cops and be like, we can't do nothing. Oh, there's really no crime here. But they're going to find a crime here.
Really?
It had nothing to do with calling this in with you.
I support Dunwoody. I finance Dunwoody. I have a business
Okay.
in Dunwoody.
Okay, so now here's where, even as a cop, this irritated me. When somebody drops names or money or influence, it used to turn me off. And I'd be like, I don't give a fuck who you are or what you say or what you do. Okay? That has nothing to do with what's going on. But I didn't say, because you dropped a name, I'm going to show you I can still arrest you. That's fucking wrong too, people. I mean, it's easy to see one side of this story and then jump on the blue badge. Oh, it's a tough job. Maybe they came from a dead baby call. Rick, they're all heroes. Why are you so hard on them? And you fucking little blue line pussies that have come here to comment, you just hate cops. You're just one of those shut up, you little pussies who's probably never made a real arrest. You just run around and write tickets and watch videos on YouTube and post things defending your little blue line brothers being all heroes. Fucking pussies. You know where I'm at. I'm easy to find. All you motherfuckers want to comment in the comments.
It's on them. I
Well, I
make
don't know
good
who
decisions.
them is, but them did not.
She make good decisions. No, well, she probably does. Except, raise your hand if you know the answer, when she's been drinking. I mean, maybe somebody who doesn't drink and who's never drank can probably say, I've never done that. Well, I'm telling you, people that drink, including me, sometimes when we have a couple too many, we do things that we know we probably shouldn't have. We say things that we probably shouldn't, and we may act some way that we shouldn't, and may make a decision that we probably look back and go, I probably should have done that. If you've never done that and you're perfect, well, great. I'm telling you, most people aren't. So don't get on your high freaking horse.
I make good decisions. I make good decisions to make better for myself. There's my ID.
Is this woman a little arrogant? Yes. Is she cocky? Yes. Does she drop names and think she's maybe entitled? Yes. Should she go to jail for that? Not no, but hell no.
Seriously.
261 named Edward.
Look at my salon. I've got a...
Drunks can't keep their mouths shut. Nothing good comes from talking to cops. People are going to say the reason she went to jail is because she ran her mouth. That may be true. But it's not a good reason to go to jail. Stop taking the easy answer to defend government tyranny, intrusion, government fear, intimidation, government paying them good money to harass decent people instead of stopping crime and keeping the public safe. These cops are not doing a public service tonight. And if you think they are, well, you're a dumbass. And you can comment, you called me a dumbass, I'm unsubscribing, I don't like you, whatever. If you think these cops did a good job and are doing a public service, you're a dumbass. And I hope you're the next fucking victim of cops doing the same shit.
business in this area.
Last name is going to be spelling E.
Angelo,
Echo, R,
seriously?
Romeo, A Alpha.
So now she's yelling at her husband or her boyfriend, her living boyfriend, that she's upset. She thinks he's calling. This is what cops do. They'll tell him that he hit her. They'll tell him that she is complaining on him. Actually, both these people tried to do the right thing. They said nothing happened. They didn't want police involvement. They didn't want to press charges, and everything was good. They did good at that part. Where they did bad is they kept fucking talking to the cops, thinking that the cops are their friends, thinking that the cops will use good judgment and wouldn't possibly arrest them since they're not real criminals. Well, guess what? All you pesky citizens that are back in the blue are real criminals when the blue wants you to be a criminal. Wake the fuck up, sheep.
And the first name is Carol.
You.
Carol.
Oh my god.
012819.
She stumbles. Could I arrest her? Yes. I can arrest her easy. I've said 1,000 times in all my videos, I've probably let 30 people I could have arrested go for everyone I arrested. You had to have a felony warrant. I let people go with misdemeanor. I let one woman go with a felony warrant because she was pregnant. I didn't want to book her ass. I was like, go to jail. All they're going to do is book you and release you anyway. I'm not going to put you through the hassle, waste the booking fee, and waste my freaking time. I gave her a ticket. And everybody's like, oh man, you can't give a ticket, fella. You got to arrest. You violated law. Whatever. Shut the fuck up. I let her go. Now what? So I don't want to hear this shit about, well, man, the cops had to, and they got it. That's bullshit. Cops are covered. They have discretion. These cops could have done 1,000 different things. Hey, I'm going to walk you to your hotel room, and I'm going to tell you to stay in there until you sober up, and if I see you again, then I'm going to arrest you. I'm going to call you an Uber and put you in an Uber, but don't do anything that's going to cause me to have to arrest you until then. They could have done 1,000 things. Instead, they want their little arrest and to be tough cops and arrest people who aren't real criminals. I hate pussy cops. Always have, always will.
70.
I'm not driving. I'm going to my hotel room. I'm not driving.
At this point, you could have said, look, if you're going to a hotel room, I think you're a little drunk. You just stumbled. You're getting upset. We have to investigate this. How about this? Why don't you go to your hotel room? I'll bring your ID back. We've got a little investigation. This officer here will walk you and escort you to the hotel room, make sure nothing happens, and you wait in your hotel room so you're not out in public. If you keep acting this way in public, you're going to force some bald-headed, fat pussy cop to say he wants you arrested.
Okay, well, listen to me. You're
What?
intoxicated.
Yeah, I'm
Right here, the cop got offended. See that pause? How dare you say what to me? The cop was trying to talk to her. The cop was trying to be nice. I get it, but you can't turn into a dick and then go back to being nice. It just doesn't work that way. Just be decent.
Listen to me. You're
What?
intoxicated.
Yeah, I'm going
One
to my
more, I'm going to
hotel.
go ahead and take you
I'm
to
not-
jail.
Here we go. As soon as you offend me, my only hammer is I'll take you to jail. And I don't care if you post bail, and I don't care if you get out, and I don't care if you're not a criminal, and I don't really care if you did anything. But because you said what to me, contempt of the blue line, contempt of my prestigious, honorable blue line hero position, because you disrespected that, that's communism, people. That's what freaking tyrannical governments do.
Do you understand me? It does not matter. You
What?
are out in the public area, you're intoxicated, and you're cussing at people walking down the road.
Cussing at people walking down the road. See, now we're going to throw up other crimes. This is where we start justifying when we arrest you.
That had nothing to do with you.
You guys are ridiculous.
Go ahead and lock her up for me.
Lock her up.
Go ahead.
What?
You're under arrest right
For
now.
what?
For disorderly and
Angelo!
I think this is the bald-headed sergeant, by the way, that I keep referring to, by the way.
What am I doing?
Relax your arms.
Relax.
Before you catch another
Guys.
charge.
Oh, catch another charge. Wow, that sounds like cool cop lingo. Should I look that on Google?
Come on.
Relax.
I'm trying to wait for Uber.
I don't care. Relax your
I'm
arms.
waiting for
Relax
Uber.
your arms.
This is where somebody's going to say, Rick, you're just taking her side because she has big boobs. Shut up with that shit. If you are so shallow that you think I'm putting all this effort in just so I can protect some drunk woman who isn't really a shining star in my book, all I'm saying is she doesn't deserve to go to jail. And the blue line heroes that you idiots keep thinking are your friends, they are not.
What are you doing, Angelo?
He didn't do nothing. I am.
I'm just waiting for Uber to go back to Brookhaven.
Okay, so this is where she says she's waiting for an Uber. So before she says she's waiting to sober up to drive, now she's waiting for an Uber. Guess what? She's lying. By now you should know why she's lying. If you don't, maybe this channel's too advanced for you.
My daughter just turned 17. I got a hotel room. Oh my.
Oh shit, I'm already 30 minutes. All right, I knew I was going to make a part 2. So the people that'll come back, if you want, when they deal with the guy, it's a different set of circumstances, a lot of the same problems. Here we go. I'll go to part 2.